Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and today's foundation review is going to be on the Hourglass Vanish foundation stick. I've heard a lot about these foundation sticks. I've also seen a lot of tutorials on these foundation sticks, so I wanted to try this stick out and let you guys know my thoughts. So this foundation stick is supposed to be a long-wearing foundation stick with the coverage of a concealer, fluidity of a liquid, weightlessness of a powder for invisible full coverage. So y'all know how I am when makeup brands market their foundations as full coverage. I am very sensitive to the word full coverage because I like a full coverage. I have nothing wrong with the medium to full, but I feel like it should be marketed as that. But y'all heard them, they said full coverage, so I will let you guys know what I think about that. And I'm going to be going in with my Makeup Forever Step 1 primer. This is like one of my favorite primers. I'm not going to say it's revolutionary, but I like it. I've had it for a while. It works. So I'm just going to apply that all over my face. So I'm just gonna take the cap off my foundation stick, and I have mine in the shade Golden Almond. I hope that was the right shade. I'm not gonna lie, when I went in and got this foundation, I was kind of rushing, so I hope this is a good shade for me. And unlike every other foundation stick, this is actually a triangle, which I find kind of weird. But we are gonna go ahead and start the application process. So I'm just gonna put a swipe on my forehead, like 4 little swipes over each cheek. One down the bridge of my nose and one there. I'm not really a stick foundation girl, so, and I'm just going over some dark areas I have that are really dark down here. All right, so for my brush of choice today, I will not be blending this out with a beauty blender. I just never use beauty blenders for foundation. I like them for my concealer, but I will be using the Sephora 41 Dome stippling brush, and I'm just gonna start stippling this into my skin. So off the bat, I'm not crazy about the color. It's a little bit too dark and too orange, like too red for me, almost too orange for me, but I'm gonna try to make it work. I have very yellow undertones, but I'm still gonna try to make it work. But I think I should have gotten the shade Golden Amber. That might have been a better match for me. So I'm just gonna stipple this everywhere. So far, I can say that the coverage is okay. I definitely would not say it's full coverage. With the amount of product that I put on my face, I can definitely still tell where a lot of my hyperpigmentation is very clearly. It's not even like halfway covered, I should say. So probably medium to buildable coverage, if anything. So I'm gonna take this and put a little bit more over those areas. All right guys, so as you can see, this foundation is super orange on me. Oh my gosh, this is bad. But I'm gonna go ahead with the review. So far I can say that definitely medium to buildable. You're definitely gonna need more than one layer if you want full coverage. I wouldn't say that it's lightweight. I feel like my skin can feel the oil that's in the foundation stick, which is why I really don't like foundation sticks, because I feel like they're just so oily. But I'm hoping that maybe it'll dry down. So I'm just gonna add some concealer. For concealer today, I'm going to be using my Tarte Shape Tape concealer in the color Tan Sand. All right, guys, so far this foundation is working well with both my concealer and my powder. And to set my face, I'm going to be going in with my MAC mineralized powder. I always set my foundations no matter what. This is a very light powder, as you guys know, just to you know, just kind of let the foundation dry down a little bit and stay matte. All right, guys, so the last step before I get off camera is I'm actually going to be using my Urban Decay setting spray to set my foundations, just because I always set my foundations with this. If it's a bad foundation, the spray is not going to change it. So add my spray, fan myself, and so far so good. I'm not sure if this is going to be one of my favorite foundations. I do feel like it looks thick on the face. If on camera in my viewfinder I look gorgeous, but in real life I feel like I can tell where the foundation is laying. That may be due to the fact that the color isn't like my perfect shade match, but I really feel like the texture, I feel like I can see where my foundation is. It doesn't blend into my skin, it just kind of sits on top, if that makes any sense. Nonetheless, I'm still gonna go ahead with the rest of my day, run some errands, go to Bible study, and I will be back in a few hours to let you guys know how I held up. It is 4:05 p.m. I will do my best to try to keep this foundation on for at least 5 to 6 hours, and I'll see you guys in a bit. All right, guys, so I'm back. I hate to have to do a voiceover over this part, but it was like the audio when I came home that night was just really screwed up. But as you guys can see, it was almost 11 o'clock when I came home, about 10:52. And when I sat down to record, as you guys can see, I see a lot of areas like on my forehead, above my brows, and even on my left and right cheek, where I could just still see a lot of the hyperpigmentation again. So I do not feel like it's a full coverage foundation. Definitely a buildable, more of a medium, sheer to medium cover foundation, to be honest with you, even for a stick foundation. I just did not find it to be very full coverage. I also felt like it did dry down super matte, and I don't feel like it transferred all over everything, which I initially felt like it would. However, it still just gave me that like clay, stiff face makeup look that I just was not living for. And though while I may have some hyperpigmentation, my skin is not super texturized or super bumpy or things like that. So I wasn't understanding what was causing that foundation to just really look so harsh on my skin. I'm not sure if it was the color that was throwing me off, or I'm not sure what it was, because I use all my same products with this foundation that I use with any. And I don't know, I just feel like overall the foundation is not the world's best foundation. As you guys can see, it just looks so hot and oily to me. It just has that luminosity to it that doesn't make your skin look luminous, but just more so oily, like you have problematic skin. I just did not find this foundation to be flattering on me whatsoever. So this is pretty much the end of this first impression. I'm sorry, guys. I know this foundation is raved about, but for me personally, it was just not one of my most favorite foundations. If you have tried this foundation and you know some tips or tricks that will help it work a little bit better, please make sure you leave a comment down below. And if you're not subscribed to my channel, make sure you do so before you go. I just want to thank you guys again for watching this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.